Story time about how my best friend got into a fight because of me. This is a fresh story time, just happened a few weeks ago, so buckle up, maybe grab a snack. If your best friend is not willing to go to war for you, then maybe they're not your best friend and you should rethink them. Yes, I know my tag's still on. I was trying this on, so ignore that. Anyways, so basically, if you don't know me, I am not a problematic person at all. I steer away from fights. I'm a peacemaker. I'm always the friend that's bringing my friends closer together, or whoever is in any type of altercation. I don't like fights at all. At all. I hate them. With everything in my being. I'm also very into cars, and I go to car meets very often, and I'm in the whole car world, okay? So if you don't know, now you know. So is my boyfriend. So we're going to a car meet, and my boyfriend is driving me and my best friend to this car meet, right? And we go to these car meets all the time, and there is a few people that we see regularly that go to these car meets, okay? Because it's like a whole atmosphere. So when we pull up, there's probably like at least 500 to 1,000 people at this car meet. Like, it is a huge car meet, and it is jam-packed. And we're like in a parking lot surrounding a bunch of stores, and obviously we have to get permission because a lot of the meets will get closed down by cops. So we pull up, there's tons of people on the road, and my boyfriend has a very loud Mustang, or he did at the time, before he traded his car in a few weeks ago for a truck. Okay, so he had a very, very, very loud RTR Mustang, right? And we're going through the streets, and people are like slowly parting like the Red Sea. Like, when they hear that car, they're like, let me move, and they pull out their camera and they start recording, right? So we parked by this other Mustang that's literally the exact same eruption green color as his Mustang. So we pull up and we're chilling, and nothing crazy is going on, all right? So we're walking around, and then my other friend, she's also at that car meet, and me and my best friend, we go talk to her, and then we start walking around looking at cars while my boyfriend does, he goes to socialize with his homeboys and whatnot. So we end up drifting apart, right? Okay, so then I'm walking back around like the corner to where he parked, and there's like a bunch of people, and there's this guy that has a megaphone, and on the megaphone, he's like saying, hey, you with the sparkly, shiny Nikes, okay? And I'm gonna show you the shoes I was wearing. I was wearing these. So I'm like, is he talking to me? I literally said that out loud. Lucky for me, my boyfriend was literally like 3 feet in front of me. So he looks at me when he hears that, because he knows what I'm wearing. And then he walks over and stands by me, and then I'm like, what just happened? And then he's like, bro, he starts getting mad. He's like, that guy's catcalling you, and he needs to stop right now. And I'm like, oh, okay, because I'm confused. And then my best friend's like, I don't know if he's talking about you. It was just like this whole thing. But obviously he was talking about me because I was the only one wearing shiny Nikes in that vicinity. And then I just look at the guy, and I'm like, that was really weird. And then he starts going on about, he was like, ooh, she bad. Like, he starts going on. And I'm just like, and I kind of give him a look, and then he's like, oh, never mind. And then, yeah. I'm getting overstimulated, okay? And I tell my boyfriend, I think I'm ready to go. Like, there's roughly 1,000 people here. I'm done. Same thing with my best friend. She's like, yeah, me too. So my boyfriend gets his car, and he pulls it around, and he's like, I'm gonna just pull it around the corner so you can sit in there, and somebody else who's coming to the car meet, they can park in my parking spot since we're about to leave. I said, cool. We get in the car, and we start driving, and like I said, he has a very loud car, so there's tons of people, and they just start slowly dispersing. Then my boyfriend pulls up to the guy with the megaphone, and I told my boyfriend, I said, please do not say anything to this guy. Like, I know he was going to try to cause a scene, because my boyfriend does not play like that. He's very overprotective over me, right? And so he stops right beside the guy with the megaphone, and I'm like, he's going to say something, isn't he? And what I did forget to mention, this whole car meet, my boyfriend and his best friend, they run the car meets, okay? Like, they're in like a little group of like 3 people, but his best friend is like the main one who runs these huge car meets. So he pulls up to the guy with the megaphone, and he's like, yo, bro, so that was you trying to hit on my girl? And then the guy like ducks down and like looks, and he's like, oh, bro, I'm sorry, like, I did not know that was your girl. And then my best friend's in the back, and again, she don't play about me, and she says something like, she's like, yeah, you better stop just trying to catcall girls, and like maybe be respectful, or she says something, I can't remember the exact words. And he looks back in the car, and he says, shut up, you monkey. Or he says something like very disrespectful along those lines. And it was a black guy, and my best friend's also black. So it was like, and I said, oh, hell no. Like, do not talk to my best friend like that. And then my boyfriend looks at the guy, and he's like, all right, Brody. And like daps him up. And me and my best friend go off on my boyfriend. We're like, now, why would you ever dap him up? Like, that is so disrespectful. And he said, you gotta understand, we run these car meets. I'm gonna have him kicked out right now. I'm just dapping him up so we don't cause a scene. Because I'm sitting up here about my blood's boiling. I'm sitting up here about to fight. So then me and my best friend, we kind of calm down. We're like, yeah, you're right. So he pulls off to the side. Like he said, he gets out to go talk to his best friend, the guy that runs these meets. And my best friend is so freaking pissed off right now. Like, her blood is literally sizzling and I can see it coming off her skin type. And I say, please, just stay in the car. Her name's Maddie, by the way. I'm like, Maddie, please just stay in the car. Don't leave, please. Like, I don't want a problem. Like, I'm going to be really disappointed if you leave. And she's like, I won't. And then she tries to get up, and I'm like, me and her are fighting each other, and I'm like pulling her down. And then I get on my phone, and I'm going to say like 4 minutes probably pass. She gets up super fast, gets into the driver's seat, and hops out the door. And I'm like, oh, and then I literally start freaking out. I'm like, get back in the car, yelling at her. And then she will not listen. Closes the door. She runs over to the corner to go find that guy, to say some words to this guy, right? Then my other friend at the time comes up to me about 5 minutes later, and she's like, you need to get your best friend. She is about to start throwing hands with this girl right now. You need to go get her right now. And I was like, oh my gosh, why can't anyone listen to me? Like, I knew this was gonna happen. What could she possibly be trying to throw hands with a girl for? So I get out of the car super fast, and like, she's sitting in the middle talking to this one dude and this other girl, and there's like probably 40 people surrounding her. Like, they're like all in a circle around her. I might be a little bit dramatic with the number, but it was a lot of people. So I walk up and I like kind of push through the people, and then she's like, come here. My best friend pulls me, come here. This girl over here is talking hella trash about you, saying you're doing way too much, trying to say that this guy was trying to catcall you. And I said, what? And she's like, yeah, she's saying you're lying, that never happened, that you're just trying to get attention because all you want is attention because you want people to look at you and think this and this about you. And I was like, who said that? And she points to this girl. This girl, I'm gonna call her Bob, that I've seen at every single car meet, and she's weird as hell. She walks around with a literal bra and like a G-string with some fishnet leggings. Who does that? With like boots, like it's an all black outfit, and she has like her whole face is covered in piercings. And and it's so disrespectful because there'd be so many kids at those car meets. I'm like, respect yourself and put on some clothes. And she has a boyfriend. Anyways, she's weird as hell. So my best friend starts saying, yeah, she's talking about you and talking trash. And I'm like, first of all, I don't even know this girl. Don't even care for her. She's weird. And she literally is always with her boyfriend, and they're always like smoking or doing something. And the only reason that I've ever even looked at this person is because one time she asked my boyfriend for a ride during a car meet because she liked his car. And then I think she got a Mustang after he got one. I don't know the specifics, but she asked him for a ride, and he said, yeah. She gets out, and he's like, bro, that girl's so nasty. But he wanted to like be nice because that's how he is. But the girl is gross. Don't even get me started. So then her boyfriend's there. Mind you, this is the first day I'm finding out she has a boyfriend, okay? So I turn around, and I said, oh, she was saying that? Where's she at? And I start going towards her, and then her boyfriend, like, he gets in my face, and he's like, hey, hold on. What are you doing? And I said, I'm trying to go, like, move out of my way. I'm trying to go talk to her. And he said, well, my girlfriend didn't do anything. She doesn't know you. Like, she didn't say anything about you. And I said, she didn't? So why are all these people telling me she is? And he's like, I don't know. She didn't say that. She didn't do that. Right. So I walk away for a second because I'm getting heated now. I was not about to go throw hands, but I was about to walk up to that girl and say, you better watch your mouth, and you need to learn to respect people because you don't talk about people like that behind their back. She was calling me a B. She was calling me all these types of names. Calling me out my name, basically. So I walk away, and this Hispanic girl comes up to me, and she's like, girl, you need to be careful with that girl. And I said, what do you mean? And I've never seen this girl that just walked up to me a day in my life. She said, you need to be careful with that girl. When y'all pulled up, y'all were in the green Mustang, right? And I said, yeah. She said, when y'all pulled up, this girl started talking crazy when you pulled up, calling you a HOE, calling you names, saying like, I guess like I was ugly or something, commenting something. I can't remember the exact words, but she was commenting about me and saying that I was a B, I was this, I was that. I'm like, wow, sounds like jealousy because I've never talked to this girl a day in my life. But I was thinking maybe she liked my boyfriend because she did ask him for a ride. So go to part 2 because there's a lot more I have to unload, and I'm at 9 minutes. I don't have enough time, and I'm getting heated, so I need to decompress. This is part 2 of how my best friend got in a fight over me. So basically we ended off where this Hispanic girl walks up to me, and she's talking about how this other girl that I don't know, the one I called a Bob, the one that was wearing the all black outfit, okay? She's talking crazy about me. And this Hispanic girl, she keeps telling me, she's like, girl, like, I don't know, she got some serious issues because she was going off before y'all even stepped out the car and during when you stepped out the car, like going like to this whole group of people. And I was like, do you know her? She's like, nope, never met this girl a day in my life. I was just walking past her and I heard her talking about you and like pointing you out. And I'm like, again, what did I do? And every time I go to a car meet, she always looking at me like, it's like you can sense the energy, but I ignore it because I sense spirits on her like so heavily. So I stay away from that girl. And when you can sense somebody that has like heavy spirits on them, it doesn't bother you because I have the light of Jesus on me, and I know that. And people's darkness is automatically literally attracted to you, and they want to tear you down. That's what that reminds me of and proves to me. So then my best friend is going off still on this girl, and then she's like hiding behind like a crowd of people and her boyfriend, of course, because like you saw in the last video, I was trying to go talk to her and her boyfriend kept getting in my face, wouldn't move out my way, and I could have pushed him. I could have done something, but I was like, you know what? This was a test. This had to be a test. So I just walked away and I was like, you know what? Time for me to go home. So I started trying to get my best friend, and all these people are like instigating, you're really gonna let her like talk to you like that and like do you like that? And my best friend was like, nope, no. And I was like, come on, let's go. And I tried to pull her out so many times. She genuinely would not leave. And there's so many people spectating and just standing around us, like staring at us, which was also making me uncomfortable. So I was like, we need to go. I told Maddie, I said, we need to go. And then my boyfriend finally comes over. He starts going off, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. If only we would have left. If only my boyfriend didn't talk to the guy with the megaphone, this would never have happened. Point blank, period. So then they finally are like, okay, let's go. And then the black dude that called my best friend names comes up to us and is like, hey, I'm sorry. And you want to know why he said sorry? Because my boyfriend and the guy that he runs the car shows with talked to him and said, hey, like, you're not gonna be allowed to come to any other car meet because of what you did, unless you apologize and you don't do that crap again. So he's apologizing to me, and he said, hey, I'm sorry, like, that I was catcalling you. I just thought you were pretty. So basically he confirms that I wasn't going crazy, which I know I wasn't. So the girl saying that I was making stuff up was just talking to talk, okay? And then he apologizes to my best friend, and she's like, don't ever, like, talk to me like that again. And he's like, I'm sorry, like, that's my bad, that's on me, which it was on you, and then he talks about how the other white girl wearing the all-black outfit, that one that talks crap about me, he's like, yeah, like, me and her are cool. And apparently she was saying that he's her homeboy and their family, but the guy never said that she was family. He just said, like, they're cool. So because you're cool with him, you start talking crazy about me. It just sounds like she had something that she just wanted to get off her chest, which I wanted to go talk to her, but her boyfriend, she's too scary, obviously. I wasn't gonna fight her. There's no need to do that. I just wanted to sort some stuff with words, like, what do you... But then I realized there's no point. I really genuinely realized there's no point in doing that. So then we finally get in the car, and then the girl that was also at the car meet, that was our friend at the time, she's like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry you went through that. Like, that was so messed up. And, like, that girl, she's so weird and, like, you know, basically trying to make me feel better. And she even texted me and was like, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. That was just such a mood kill. And I get in the car, and I'm still trying to process everything. And I'm not really saying anything because I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm very mad, and I'm trying to calm myself down. And my boyfriend's like, what the heck just happened? And I'm like, I'm asking myself the same question. And then my boyfriend and my best friend, they're like going back and forth, like talking about the situation, like what the freak just happened. And I'm not saying anything for like 10 minutes because like I'm so like just distraught and like confused on what the heck just happened. Like seriously. Because we go to car meets all the time and we never have an issue. So I was just really confused. Anyways, I have yet to see that girl, which if I see her, I'm just gonna act like I don't know her, like I did every other time, because I don't know her. All I know is that she's very jealous of me, and her demons don't like my light. That's all I know. And honestly, the issue is pretty much unresolved, other than the fact that I haven't seen them yet at another car meet. So pray for me, guys. Pray that God blesses me, and let this be a lesson to you guys. If you ever go through something like this, it's not worth it. Like I said, I don't fight unless it's over my siblings. Over me, nah, it's not worth it. Y'all can talk crap all you want, just no. But yeah, that's basically summarizing the story. Although my best friend, she did want to throw hands, we ended up getting her not to throw hands. But that's how much she cares for me. So, I know y'all saw the title. It said my best friend got into a fight over me. Yes, but not like a physical one, because we stopped her. But yeah, that's the end of the story. Thank you guys for watching, and Jesus loves you. Bye, my loves, and make wise decisions.
If your friend calls you frantic, sounds so afraid, and they say, please come pick me up from this house. I'm at this house. I'm afraid. I need you to come and get me. I need to go now. And you get in your car, you come and pick your friend up, and on your way to take your friend home with you, they say, oh no, I forgot some personal belongings at that house. I need you to turn around so I can get my stuff. I really, really need it. You turn around, you bring your friend back to the house so that they can get their belongings. And they go inside. They tell you they don't need you to come inside. They don't need any help. They're going to be quick. They go inside to get their stuff, but they're taking a really long time. So you call them, hey, you okay? You sure you don't need help? Because I can come in and help you. You sure? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just making sure I don't forget anything else, because I don't want to forget. I don't want to come back to this house. I'm scared. I'm scared of this house. I don't want to be in this house anymore. Okay, cool. Hang up. And still, they're taking a really, really, really long time, so they're getting worried. And you notice that there's smoke coming out of the house. You then realize that the house is on fire. So you run to the door, you knock on the door, no answer. You're calling your friend, no answer. They're not answering the phone anymore. You're knocking on the door, nobody's answering the door. So you turn the knob, it's unlocked. You run in the house. You're looking for your friend in every room. You finally find your friend. Hey, the house is on fire. I'm seeing smoke. I'm seeing flames. Come on, did you get everything? We gotta go. Oh, no, I'm not ready to go yet. Well, why not? I don't know. It's just something about this house. You told me you were afraid you didn't want to be here. I don't know. It's just something about it. Okay, I get all of that, but the house is literally on fire. It's about to destruct. We gotta go. No, I'm not ready yet. Would you stay in that house and wait for it to destruct? Or would you leave? I'm leaving. And if you would stay, more power to you. But I'm going to leave. I cannot sit here while you sit in your comfortability while things are crumbling and destructing. What you are doing and how you are living is not good for you. And I'm trying to tell you that. I'm telling you the house is on fire. It's about to destruct. You don't want to change. You don't want to leave the house. I'm not staying in this house while it burns with us. I'm not doing that. Sometimes you got to leave people where they refuse to change. You cannot carry that weight. You cannot burn up in the house with them because they refuse to leave the house.
So when I was younger growing up, my mama had this rule that we couldn't go outside if she wasn't at the house, right? Like, and she really, really meant that shit. It went to the point, like, don't get me wrong, me and my brother used to try to sneak and go outside, bitch. She would come home and know that we wasn't in the fucking house. I don't know how the fuck she knew, but that bitch will always know. So, bitch, we just stayed in the house. We just listened. And mind you, it don't make it no better that we lived right across the street from the park. So, bitch, while we at home waiting for her to come get off from work, bitch, we sitting in the house bored as fuck. Working like an hour after we got home. So, we had plenty of time to still go outside. Like, but anyway, bitch, so my brother, he couldn't take it no more, I guess. So, y'all, why the fuck he jumping on the bed, y'all? Mind y'all, we just got these fucking beds from Renter Center. And let me tell you, bitch, we was so fucking poor, we had to split a bunk bed, bitch. Like, the fuck? Like, my mama literally broke that bitch down into twos, nigga. So, like, bitch. So, I had the top bunk. I remember because I had rails, like, all around my fucking bed frame. And my brother had the bottom half, so that bitch, he was jumping on his bed, and y'all, I swear to God, like, he was jumping in sync of him talking shit. Like, so this nigga basically like, I wanna go outside. And like, as soon as that nigga jumped and said side, y'all, I swear to fucking God, this nigga broke the bed in half. Like some cartoon shit. Y'all know, like, out in the cartoons, that shit literally bit into a perfect fucking V. Like, y'all, he started crying immediately. He was over there like, help me, help me. I'm like, fuck no. Like, mama about to whoop your ass. Now, boom, fast forward, my mama get home. Now, before my mama got home, I ain't gonna lie, about like 10, 15 minutes before I knew she usually came home, I went and sat around in the living room because I said I do not want to be in that room when she get in there because that belt is going to be swinging and she don't give a fuck who she is. So I'm like, fuck no, I'm about to go sit in the living room where it's safe. Like, the fuck, because she about to come in and fuck your ass up. I knew what time it was. Y'all, so my mama get in the house, right? She walked by the fucking door and then she kind of like doubled back. And she walked back and she looked at the motherfucking bed. She said, I know you just ain't break that new motherfucking bed. Like, she immediately starts fucking blanking. Like, stomp into her motherfucking room. So I hurry up and I see the door shut in our room, me and my brother's room, right? Now, I'm not gonna lie. It took my mom a little while to find the belt. I don't know if she had lost it for a second or I go back in the room because I went to go grab something real quick. And so, why the fuck when I go in the room, I see my brother, this nigga literally had some fucking This nigga, I swear to God on my life, y'all. This nigga had a y'all, on my baby life. This nigga had a fucking tie tied into a belt loop, and he had like the belt loop wrapped around his neck, and this nigga had the shit tied up. You know the little shit on your closet, this right here? Like, you know this little shit right here in your closet, bro? Why the fuck he had that shit tied to there? Now, mind you, I was young, but I knew, like, I don't think the closet gonna be able to withhold all that weight. Like, and I don't think, like, you gonna succeed, but I'm like, all right. So as soon as I'm walking out the motherfucking room, my mama finally comes back out the motherfucking room, because remember, she in there looking for the belt. Bitch, she come back out and she fucking see the shit. Like, the whole fucking closet fucking shit collapsed on him. He over there looking dumb as fuck. She said, so what, you was in here trying to kill your fucking self? And then she gonna look at me, and you was just gonna let him on. You know? Bitch, like, I tried so hard not to laugh, but I dead ass said, I mean, it's not like it was gonna work. And she like, go ahead and get the fuck out of here for you get your ass whooped too. And bitch, you didn't have to tell me twice. I was gone. But yeah, that bitch, she whooped the shit out of him. Like, I heard that shit. If I'm mistaken, the people in the neighborhood heard it too. Cause bitch, the next day they was making fun of him for getting his ass whooped. Like, that's how loud that nigga was. But I don't fucking blame her, bitch. We had just got off air mattresses on top of that too. Like, bitch, we just got beds for our fucking room and he broke them. Like, I was so pissed.
Okay, y'all, I'm about to tell y'all a story about how I found out that my homeboys was dating one another. True story, by the way. So, me and my homeboy Trill, we went off to college. Now, me and Trill, we real tight. We grew up together. Most people thought we was brothers, even twins. Like, if you saw us out in public, people used to ask us, is y'all twins? We'll play like we was, but so we was real tight, and we end up going to college together. And my suite mate, like, we shared the same bathroom. It was a guy named Jay. Now, I didn't necessarily know Jay, but I just knew him because we all from the same town. So just naturally, we all start hanging around each other. You know, Trill always in my room. Jay, you know, we shared the same bathroom, so he would always come, you know, chill in the room or whatever, and we was all tight. So, long story short, Trill ended up having to leave school. Like, a semester went by, and Trill ended up having to leave school. So, me and Jay wasn't just that tight, but again, we shared the same bathroom. Our rooms was right next to each other. So, me and Jay, we was still, you know what I'm saying, we still cool. So, this one night, Jay's phone just kept going off. He texting somebody. And y'all remember, some of y'all too young, but y'all remember how you could set your text tone as a ringtone? Even further than that, like, if you had a razor and you had that little, that memory card, you can set a song for your text tone back then. Like, if somebody texts you, the whole song will play. The whole song will play. And back then, we were setting our text tones by the contacts. You know what I mean? So if you had a girl, you will make her song this. You had your homeboy, the song will be that. So Jay phone steady going off. And he's slick just letting the song play. I don't know why he keep doing it, but he really just letting the song play. And the song is that Chris Brown, oh, I'm missing you, and girl, no one else would do, 'cause with every kiss and every hug, you make me fall in love. Now I know I can't be the only one. I bet it's hearts all over the world tonight with the love of their life who feel what I feel when I'm with you. So the song's steady going off, and I'm sitting here wondering who Jay texted, because Jay ain't no ladies' man. I ain't never, this whole time we been kicking it together, I ain't seen Jay with no female. So I'm like, and I know it ain't his family. Again, we set the text by So I'm like, who he steady texting? So he finally say, hey, Trail came back. He finna pick us up. When you talk to Trail, that's what I'm thinking in my head, but I'm starting to put two and two together as soon as he said that. But I'm like, nah, this ain't Trail. Like, they not texting one another. And I know for sure this is not his ringtone if they are. But I'm just staying quiet. I'm letting it all play out. So phone steady going off. Oh, I'm missing you, girl. No, we walking downstairs. Phone steady going off. Oh, I'm missing you, and girl, no. And guess who pull up? Trail. Trail pulled up. We got in the car, and we did whatever we had to do. Probably about 2-3 months later, Trail finally tell me, hey, bro, he come out the closet. I figured it out, buddy. I already know. All right. And the thing is, and it wasn't no problem with me. It wasn't even no problem with me. I wasn't necessarily tripping. That's your life. You do what you do. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't gonna change how I feel about you. None of that. To this day, we still, hey, it is what it is. But man, you could have told your boy. You could have told your boy, but yeah. Yep. Cat was out the bag that night. Cat was out the bag that night. No, I was wondering why Jay got so sad. Jay got so sad when Trill had to leave. I mean, Jay got so sad that Jay ended up leaving. He didn't even have to leave. Jay didn't even have to leave school. He ended up leaving because Trill left. Here I was all by myself. And they went off to live happily ever after. Yep.
It's going to be a story time of how Mustard ended my 5-year relationship and engagement. Yes, I'm talking about like mustard, like the condiment mustard ended my relationship. Let's set the scene. At this particular point in my relationship, my child's father and I hadn't been doing the best. Okay, backstory. When I got pregnant, we signed a lease that ended when my daughter was about 4 months. We moved back into his mom's house for 6 months. And when my daughter was 10 months old, we moved out of his mom's house and back into a new apartment. So when we were at his mom's house, things got really sticky because we kind of felt like we weren't able to be ourselves, express our connection. I wasn't able to cook the way I wanted to cook. There was just things that we couldn't do in our relationship that I just felt if we had our own place again, they wouldn't be a problem. And he kind of agreed. And so when we got this new place, the expectation was just that. It was that, I would start cooking. He would start showing up and being present more often. We would just be able to go back to being who we were in our old apartment. Wrong. Obviously, when we were at his mom's house, we didn't have to pay rent. When we got into this new apartment, it was a 2-bedroom. It was a little bit expensive. He's working a lot. He's a barber, so he was trying his best to, make enough money to where we were able to move into this apartment. At the time, I was not working. It was summertime. I was a substitute teacher, and I didn't have a job. Every day I was in the apartment with my daughter. When he would come home, he would either go straight to like the little game room that we had or straight to the balcony. And yes, like he would greet me, he would say hey to the baby, but that was like the end of the interaction. Every day for a week, I was doing things by myself. I filled up the apartment with groceries by myself and as a 10-month-old. I put the TV stand together by myself. I unpacked the closet by myself. I felt like things that we could have been doing together or like as a family, I was doing alone. Now looking back on it, maybe it was my responsibility to just do those things by myself. At the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. One day when he got home from work, I ended up mentioning like kind of just how I felt about everything that we had going on. I just felt like he wasn't really being present in the house. I was doing a lot of things on my own. And he also felt a type of way. He felt like, when he comes home from work, there should be food on the table. And there wasn't food on the table. That first week, I was kind of just surviving. It felt like I wasn't really cooking. We either went to his mom's house for food every day or we went out. He was telling me like we can't afford things like that. So he's stressing financially. I'm stressing emotionally. At the end of the night, that night, after having that brawl conversation, I ended up in a deep prayer conversation with God. The end of my prayer to him, and I vividly remember this, was that if I am to stay in this relationship, make it blatantly clear. Make it so obvious and clear. But if I am to leave, make it even clearer. That one, just make it so clear for me to know whether or not I'm meant to be in this relationship or I need to leave, period. I kid you not. The next day, same thing happens. I'm in the house all day with my child. He comes home. Hey, walks over to his video game room, shuts the door. Because he had said something the day before about me not cooking, I thought, I'm just gonna make the most extravagant, crazy thing that you've ever thought of. Like, I'm just gonna make something so crazy just for that. So I decided to make turkey burgers. I've never made them before, but I was like, we ball, let's just do it. I make these turkey burgers. My daughter goes over to her grandma's house. We try to enjoy a meal together. I bring him his turkey burgers and some condiments, and I set everything up kind of. I'm eating my food. He's playing the video game, so he's not even eating. And if you're a lady, like, you just kind of like over to make sure like it's good or whatever. And he still hadn't touched nothing. So I'm like sitting there like, dang, like, I just tried my best. There's not even any type of appreciation, I felt like. So why would I cook every day? So finally, he gets off of his game. I already finished eating and everything. I'm sitting there behind him on my phone. He's like, was the mustard good on the sandwich? And I'm like, mm-hmm. He's like, okay, pass me the mustard. So I pass him this bottle of mustard, and he opens it, and he looks at me, and he chuckles, and he's like, the mustard's not open. And I'm like, huh? He's like, it's not, it's sealed. And I was like, interesting. He was like, why did you just lie to me about mustard? And I was like, well, if I'm being honest, I just thought you weren't going to eat the sandwich. So if putting mustard on the sandwich made you eat the sandwich, then that's why I told you that mustard was going to be good on the sandwich. And he just lost it. He was like, if you could lie to me about something so small like that, then what else are you lying about? Valid, fair point. Valid point. In all of this, I'm trying to plead my case. At some point, he literally went silent and walked out the door. Didn't say a thing about getting my baby. Didn't say a thing about what we were doing for the rest of the night. Like, didn't say anything at all, just left. Left me in my apartment. Left me in my apartment alone, but I did not feel alone. In that moment, God showed up and was like, that's your sign. I guarantee, like, I felt so clear as day that him leaving the house in the heat of the moment right there was my sign that, like, this was not, this one ain't gonna be the one. I was just like, okay, God, I hear you. And that very next day, I texted my family group chat. I have 3 other siblings, and all 3 of them showed up to my door in less than 10 minutes after I texted them and said, I need to get out. We packed all my stuff up, moved me into my mom's house, and I've been here for the past 2 years now. I just find it so ironic that mustard is what did it, but all it takes is faith of a mustard seed. Yeah, so that's my story.